Greetings, and welcome to a Monday episode of Vaygrim's Chance, Season 3. I am so sorry that I missed some videos last week. Things are going to pick up this week. I'm feeling more normal. I'm breathing better. Everything is just generally happier, biologically speaking. So let's get on with things. It's funny, so much of my time has spent staring at the back end of this egg. I really should have built this structure higher so I could look down over from the bottom levels, but a lot of my existence was spent down here in engineering looking off this walkway that I had going back to the BDE because this was my front door for a while. And it's interesting. So I was whipping around the station, just generally doing some upkeep on stuff. And let's see, warehouse. While sorting some things, I found, oh, there it is, chicken armor. This is custom made armor that, let me see if I can find the right, there it is. This is custom made armor that Mr. Fergcraft made for his, yeah, it doesn't work for sword, but it'll work for any sword. So, I have chicken armor on. I'm gonna see, let's go up one more. Here we go. I'm gonna see if I can actually, let's put my Grimco suit back on. I'm gonna see if I can actually get this. And will this go? That will not go. I'm going to have to put it on a mannequin. Okay. I actually want to have this stuff set up somewhere on display. I really do appreciate him giving me a copy of that armor for posterity's sake. I think it is going to be an amazing addition, but apparently I'm going to have to get a mannequin from Armor's Workshop to use it. But that's fine. It is sitting right there waiting for us to actually make use of it. I am wearing my blood magic armor today. Yes. I have an idea. We have now cleared out the last episode, of course, that you saw from me was the dragon fight. We cleared out the Ender Dragon, which means the end is open for business. So what I decided to do, I need to do something with that. Garden. Whoosh. I love these viaducts. They're awesome. Here we go. We're up in the garden. Now, if you look here, observatory is dialed into something called the Ender Farm. So, if we step on this, we are going to get teleported, whisked away, dare I say, to a small little platform on the edge of nothing. This is actually a small station that I have made. Let's see if we can find the end itself. Yeah, so you can start, it'll start coming into view right there. So basically, I went off the east end of the island, just a random distance. And I've made a little bit of a way station here. What I'm going to be doing is actually making an Enderman farm, like a good old-fashioned, mostly vanilla drop farm. It's not going to use any RF power. The only thing fancy it's probably going to use is some Ender conduits and some other stuff I've got ideas on. This is going to be a modified version of Doc M77's farm. And let's see. I need to figure out how exactly I want to do this. We have a lot less constraints. This is going to be a little bit of an odd. It is built on a center block, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In theory, that looks symmetrical to me. And then I'm going to bring this in like this. And we're basically defining a work area. Now, what I want to do, I'm actually going to set something here. I'm going to get a stack of these things. These are insulated redstone conduits. And instead of having to, air quotes, use vanilla redstone and repeaters and, you know, things of that nature, I'm just going to stick with the modded stuff that I know, which I think is going to be awesome. So what I'm going to do, whoopsie, there we go. All the way down there. Let's fill this in. So that should be a grid of redstone conduit, and then we're going to get some sticky pistons. So sticky. Basically, this is a modified Doc M77 design. He has a group of people he calls the Zip Crowd that he hangs out with, mostly European Minecrafters. And they're all vanilla Minecrafters, and they are mechanical geniuses when it comes to vanilla Minecraft. I'm hoping that I can actually replicate their design. Okay, so basically this is going to be the area that Endermen are going to be falling down on. This is going to be a drop farm. And it's going to be you know, I should have brought some conduit beside with me. Meh, it's okay. This is going to be a drop farm. We're going to have a couple of different settings for it. How rude. Somebody calling me at the wrong time. And we are going to have, hopefully, a lot of experience that we're going to be able to gain from this in terms of experience from killing Endermen, experience from the, a rapid experience gained from killing Endermen. We'll also have tons and tons of Ender Pearls. Not that I really think anybody actually desperately needs Ender Pearls this late in the game, but we will have access to it. And it's mostly an exercise in, can we build it? And I think we can. So here's the silly part that I think is going to be potentially, what is it? Yeah, it aims in the direction you place it. So if you crouch, they don't carry you. Whoop. I think this might actually work. There we go. We come over here. We can just whoop. And then real quick, hit shift. This should, as the Endermen drop, naturally push them in towards the middle. That is the theory. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to center it on a single block instead of having it done on evens. It also, I think, makes the layout for the teleporter look a lot nicer. So people are going to teleport in, and there's going to be a lever that they're going to have at their disposal that is going to be, I'm going to actually have to, I might have to lower this all by one. Or, no, I think it'll be good. It'll be good. Let's get a lever real quick. I got a lever right here. I'm just going to route this redstone around this corner. Okay, so if I put this here, and then I go get my wrench, we are going to strong signal. Then, of course, we have to do, I don't know if we have to do strong signal to all the rest of them. Let's see. Let's see. Nope. So now, yep, I am actually going to have to either lower that assembly. I think I'm going to have to lower this assembly by one. Because this is going to be a little too high. Option number 2 is, for now, clip that off. I could have stairs going all the way around this to hide the pistons, but I think that's not going to work. I'm going to go ahead and redo some stuff here real quick. I'm going to lower the height of all of this to make sure that it's going to be appropriate for us, and I'll be right back. Okay, in an effort to not have this be where I get so many Endermen cramming into a 2-block space that they start popping out, I decided to actually widen this out to 6 blocks, basically 3 and then 3. So, what this means is that as the Endermen are standing here and they're getting chugged along, they'll drop, and they should be left at 1 hit point when they hit this, in this position. They will be left at 1 hit point when they drop and hit this, and they'll get chugged along to here, and they'll all get concentrated vaguely right here. Now, this means that they'll all slowly get pushed in towards the middle. I'm going to have a barrier ring around the outside of this, so they'll be contained just on this platform. They won't be able to step off. And this means we will be able to have this be the position where, okay, so basically what we need to do is we need to get this. 1, 2, 3. I need to go up 43 blocks. Nope, 44. So you need to go. Okay, so that should be 43 blocks. 43 is the block height we need to get these guys to drop and take exactly enough damage to leave them at half a heart. If I've done this correctly. Okay, bigger problem I have right now. Okay, it does work on them. When they stand on this, it scoots them around. Why are you mad at me? Where's my other sword? My other sword is not here. Oh, I put it back in the museum. Crap. Okay. I don't have any of my area effect weapons. Okay. Start clearing this the old-fashioned way. Bye. Bye. It was so nice knowing you. But not really. Ender shards. Hey, neat. Okay. I was going to do... Whoopsie. Little brackets here at the corners. Apparently, I want to have this is enlightened clear glass specifically, so it doesn't get too dark down here. And also, is a nice kind of, I'm actually going to do that way, so we can hide conduits. Brightens up the interior. It gives a nice view of the void. I think it's a good addition. Let's do that. Okay, so now all we have to do is put a cap on it. So the 43 block tall pole means that Enderman, this thing right here, will actually only take they'll take enough damage that they should be left when they fall. They should be left with 1 heart of damage, which will be perfect. What that means is we don't have to worry about doing a whole bunch of damage. It's not just a system that corrals Enderman automatically. It corrals them and does enough damage to them that we don't have to worry about wearing down a weapon too much. People can come now. We are going to have to worry about the Enderman spawning out here, but I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So all the way up here, right on top, as usual. Hi. Where'd he go? Okay, he's gone. We are going to do a little bit of a ring. Let's see, this isn't going to need to be like that. Let's kill that. And I'm going to have to eyeball this all the way over here. Be gone, you pests. Yep, they're cranky, but who cares? Let's put that up. Put that up for the time being. We're going to put the tape measure up, put the building wand up. I can actually get the redstone conduit I'm going to need, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Let's get bag for the sorting system and put that away. Okay. Beautimous. So what we actually want to do, fill all existing stacks. That's a button I always strive to find, and I lose it. So these box in the interior of our little space, right? What we're going to do here, first of all, I'm going to get, this is an old school vanilla trick, and I'm hoping it's still going to work. I'm going to put a row of buttons. Actually, I wonder if we're going to need to lower this by one. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm just going to go with this. We'll be able to test it real quick to make sure. And then basically, this is going to get extended upwards. So, next thing we do is we get some vines. Now, the buttons keep the vines from spreading, so we don't have a massive line of vines straight down. This is basically a drop height reset. As the Endermen are going past this, even up to head level with this, they will hit the vines, they'll slow down, and then under that point, as they clear the buttons, they'll resume falling, and their drop height speed will have been reset to 0, which means that we can stack layer upon layer upon layer of the actual floors that we're going to have above this, where the Enderman will spawn and get pushed off. We can have infinite layers of those all the way up to build height if we want to. Max build height, we don't have to worry about it because this will reset their actual fall distance to 0. Whoop. Oh, that's actually right there above the wool. So if I, oh, and then crunch. Experience. Hey, I will always take free experience. So, I wonder if we can actually, do we have a, and I think the piston's down. Is it down or is it up? Oh yeah, I actually did damage to him because I hit him. I don't know. We're going to see. Let's see if I can. Yep, and he's alive. Perfect. Okay. So I'm actually going to leave these vertical pillars, these marker pillars here right now, but this is basically the reset collar. I actually don't need the buttons anymore. And this is what's going to reset everything for us so we can have as many drop floors above this where the actual Endermen spawn and get pushed off as we want. This is gonna be a nice cushion. Reset their fall distance. And I'm going to need some half slabs, but I'm going to worry about that later. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up one. We're going to do Like that. Up one and over. Let's get another stack of that. We're going to go through this step really quick. And then this needs to be... I'm glad nothing else can spawn here, because we would probably have a lot of spiders and creepers and stuff on this build, knowing my luck. Okay, so, don't need the vines anymore. This is where the pressure plates come in. Pressure plates are actually going to be used as spawning platforms for the Endermen. Yep, I'm actually going to box this all in later on and try and make it look nice. Okay, so normally we would have, let's get a stack of these and let's see. We can, oh, it's perfect. Oh, no, that's actually not perfect. Hang on a sec. We're going to have to do... Let's do a whole side. Because we want this basically to be about mid-body where they get pushed off. I'm not sure if you can push them off by their feet. I assume that would work, but... Here's to hoping. Then we're going to get this. So they're getting pushed off at the torso. Hard to miss. Nice big target. Gonna put this right here. So in theory, if I was an Enderman and I spawned right here, I would immediately get pushed off. Now, here is the thing that we're going to want to have. We're not going to want the entire line of pistons firing off. We actually want these all disconnected. And I know that seems counterintuitive, but we want each one firing off individually. While the piston is out, an Enderman cannot spawn there. That's basically not a valid block while the piston's out, because it's at waist height. So, yep, so just that one pushes us out. Perfect. And then what we can actually do is, let's just cap off. This is probably a very wasteful design. I don't know. But I'm modifying a vanilla design, so we'll see how it works. Let's actually do the same thing over here. What I'm considering doing is doing a box all the way down to meet that, which means that we would have far fewer gaps where an Enderman could spawn. Option number 2 is to leave gaps in the build, like here, but just cover it with half slabs. We'll see which way I end up doing. So, I'm going to finish off this level. Then we can go back downstairs and see if it actually works. So this first module is built. It works as intended. Endermen can spawn on these. They will spawn, get pushed off, and fall down here. Now, the next step that I want to do is add some rings made out of these blocks that are going to have at least a gap of 2 tall between them. And the reason I'm making these is because I want to make sure that the Enderman will not actually fall out of the drop box. We want to make sure that they're going to stay within the confines as they're falling of this little area. And it's working already. All Don't mess with me. And that's why. So we're going to go up to, and I'm going to continue these all the way up. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay. Here is the finished collar for the drop chute to make sure that Endermen don't fall out. There are some victims. I did have to lower this by 1, specifically because I got the instructions I'm working off of that I wrote down. I made a minor mistake. Instead of putting the buttons at 44, they need to be at 43. That's basically the last reset point. That's where their fall starts. I thought it was the block below it. I always make that mistake. It's fine. So basically, I just lowered this collar by 1 block, moved the buttons down, and put some more vines down. Nice and simple and easy. So now if we go down here, we go in our box, which we actually don't have a way in. I'm just going to pop this off for the time being. Go over here. We now have Endermen, and these guys are at half a heart. And you see they're being kept right here in this middle area, which means now, if I want to, I could pull this thing out, turn it on. All sorts of fun. Now, this is not good for this specific instance, I'm finding, because it is going to do too much damage initially. But, so this doesn't work for a weak blood shard farm. And I always forget about the buff has to go on first. Then you have to put the attack damage on. So you have to do at least 2 attacks. But this will be great for an Ender Pearl farm. It will be great for an experience farm. And it was good for the experience of just building it. And we're going to get more. See, there we go. Now they're just dropping and falling because I lowered the platform. What we do need to have, though, is, actually, I think this is tall enough. There we go. Let's raise that back up. This is tall enough now that even when this is down, they can't get out of that spot because the ceiling in here is only too tall. When I raise it, it's even more confined. They only have 1 block of access to us. We can back away into the corners so they can't actually get us. And it's just generally good. I'm realizing that this glass is probably not good because it's so clear you can't tell if it's there. But that's fine. So this actually works really, really well. We now have nice Enderman farm. We can stand here. If we want to, we can actually do an automated drop system that's gathering the drops even as they die. And I thought about using advanced item collectors from random things. I'm not sure if I'm going to implement that this episode or maybe next episode, but as it stands right now, the more layers that we have upstairs, I'm going to go ahead and just raise this so we can go straight up. The more levels that we have up here going straight up of the actual pusher platforms, the better it's going to be for the sake of actually getting Enderman spawning. This is one of the reasons why I built it far away from the main platform. I'm just barely loading any of that actual platform. I'm so far away. If you look, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 right here. So basically, none of this is getting loaded while anybody is standing here. All that's getting loaded is this square that you're seeing right here. That's it. That's all that's being loaded right now. Chunk loaded, if somebody was standing here. So we don't have to worry about all of these guys throwing off the spawn rates. We get more levels of this going up and up and up and up, straight up into the sky. We get as many levels as we can, and we'll have a really massive Enderman factory. So I'm going to peel off all of these slabs and basically start raising this up several more levels. Next episode, we can come back and I can show you how we tweaked this out and expanded it. I'm going to add some automated item collection. I'm going to add some automated item storage with some overflow prevention. We can basically have it to where all the drops are getting sorted into storage drawers, or maybe it's containers like RF tools or something like that. We'll see, but I'm going to have it set up. So another perk also is unknown dimlets. We're going to be getting dimlets for RF tools this way when we actually kill some of the Endermen. And whoop, there we go. Yeah, so if you fall down here, And they get brought right within. So really, I could cinch these back in because they stop on this last square. And I'm tempted to. Actually, let me do that real quick. So that still gets us our confined grouping, but it's not so confined that it's going to bug them out. Let's raise this up and see what happens. There we go. See, they get pushed right here. So we're going to have a 3x2 grid where all the Endermen are going to be. Nice. I might need to put a sound muffler up here. This is actually also going to be a really good way to recharge a wand if you have a wand that needs to be recharged because of all of the centivis that gets dropped by mobs when you kill them. That's another thing I need to prevent. I need to extend that back wall so that people don't have to worry about breaking the back glass when they're swinging weapons. So I've got some ideas, some design notions to improve upon this, but I think it's a really good start. Yep, stem right here. I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Vaygrim's Chance. On Wednesday, I want to revisit this and see if we can refine it. Also on Wednesday, we have a build that's being done by Mr. Fergcraft called the International Shoop Station. It's a giant metal sheep at spawn. I think it's going to finally be ready to show off. Ooh. This is a nice perk. Okay. Yeah. I'm getting tons of experience this way. So I'm going to show that off also. We're going to revisit this, visit the magic shoop station at International Shoop Station at spawn, and generally all sorts of great stuff happening. I will catch you folks later. Have a good one. Bye-bye.